Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this January 23rd episode of Washington Live. We're powered by KCTC, and I'm your host, Jaron Rosien. Our producer is Nick Steffens, and our publisher is Matt Bryant, and we are part of the Southeast Iowa Union. If you haven't done so, please like, follow, share, so you can get notified when we go live. If you have a birthday, local event, or anniversary, you can also put that in the chat or email anything that you'd like to WashIA. Well, not quite anything.
Yeah, not I'm the one that checks those, not everything.
Let me pull back. You can email the things mentioned or guest suggestions to washialive@gmail.com. On today's show, we're going to talk about marathon runner Gary McKee, the pink iguana in the Galapagos Islands, good week 4, bad week 4, and an update on Nicholas's car saga.
Yeah.
I think we should start there. What is going on in your brand new used car?
On the 1 month anniversary of owning this car, I don't know what. Like, I was on the way up the day before. It was like when I'd get off the exit and like sit at the stop sign, it was kind of running rough. And then, just went through a intersection and it stalled.
So stalling, so engine issues.
Yeah, but like what exactly that is, I Googled it, looked at like what people were saying in the forums, and it was like 12 different things, so they're like, just take it in.
So did you have a check engine light and like a code that showed up?
Nope.
Nothing.
That's like adds to the mystery of it. No check engine light, so.
And is it in the shop as we speak?
Hopefully my dad brought it there at 10 o'clock.
So do you have the truck again?
I do have the truck, so now I am Lieutenant Steffens, and I will be addressed as such for the rest of the day.
Okay, I'm gonna. Well, is that impersonating an officer?
A corrections officer.
A corrections officer. Oh, well, let's not. All right.
That's a joke.
Well, I am sorry that you're dealing with that.
Yeah.
When I got the message on Friday, I could tell you were kind of in crisis mode.
Well, I mean, when it's 7:15 and your car stops in the middle of an intersection, you're kind of in like anxious mode for the entire rest of the day.
And that's so frustrating because you're like at this adult like level of life, and the last thing that you want is to not go from point A to point B.
Well, that was like I got the day off. I couldn't go anywhere. So it's like, I had a day off from work. Not that I really wanted one, but I couldn't do anything. I walked to the gas station.
Well, thankful for parents. I recall being, I think I was actually the mayor beginning in that. It doesn't matter, but I had an Audi. The Audi has some known issues with it has some known issues.
Yeah.
So I also had trouble. I had to borrow like my mom's minivan and like go to a conference, like borrowing frustrating. But I hope that they just
hopefully it's like a fuel filter and they just get it fixed right away.
How many miles are on this Buick?
104,000, so like really not that many. I mean, I say not that many.
There should be plenty of miles left to be on there.
Yeah, considering I took the Saturday to 234, so.
Well, does the heat work in the truck?
Yeah, but it's really loud, and I don't know what the cruise control is, and so I had to like maintain speed the entire way up, which was annoying. I
kind of do that anyway. I'm not a huge cruise control person.
Like I know a few people that like, is it like a control thing where you like want to be in control of the vehicle at all times?
I can do cruise on a longer trip and like do the podcast, but for me it's like attention, so I don't get sleepy because I move probably just slightly ahead of the speed of traffic. Yeah. So I'm like mentally engaged. So I'm paying attention, I'm present, and that is better for me. Otherwise, I get bored. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yep. Hey, well, the heat. I asked about the heat because it's cold out-ish. 20 degrees, feels like 8, cloudy. Although I think we're through the hump because I left the pickleball.
Don't say that.
I thought
Don't give us hope.
No, I mean through the hump of like it feeling cold. I didn't think it felt cold. 20 degrees. I'm like, when I left.
That's a good point.
When I walked outside, I thought, this is a nice day.
I think you meant over the hump, like weather is going to get better soon.
No,
I was like, don't add hope. It's only January 23rd.
I liked the snow. I think it was nice.
It was a very pretty snow. That was the one plus side to all of this.
I felt like a child too because it was that light, fluffy. Like I tasted it. Like I ate a little bit.
I did taste it as well when we were clearing off Jade's car. I grabbed a handful of it.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one. It was just like perfect.
It didn't look dirty.
Yeah, it's fine. We're here. Police report. We'll go to break and then we'll come back. We'll do our good week 4, bad week 4, and talk about the other exciting pop culture things mentioned. 93 calls for service since we last spoke. 25 in the category of traffic. 9 in arrest warrant. 9 in weather related. 5 in the welfare check. 5 in the suspicious activity. 5 public service. 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s for harassment, animal trespass, burglary, assault, hang-up, civil standby, theft, court order violations, alarms, and so on. let's see what the highlights are. Let's see. I thought I had some highlights, weekend highlights for me.
Oh yeah, I guess we completely skipped over you.
I mounted a television, which has been on my to-do list for 8 years.
So you've had the TV for 8 years.
Yes, and it's on a stand, on an entertainment stand, and where it's measurements and the levels, the mounting on the wall with a nice tilt, like the tilt and the whole thing, identical, exactly the same. Can't even tell the difference.
But at least it's done, and you had that satisfaction.
Yes, and cable management is now on point. It had slowly kind of gotten a little out of hand.
Yeah, so you bought the $100,000 LG TV that we talked about last week?
Not the $100,000, but I do remember what it cost at the time. And it's annoying because it does software updates. It's a smart TV.
Yeah.
But then Apple TV won't work on it because it's just one model year too old. And the Samsung TV doesn't support.
Every time I turn on my TV, it's asking for an update, and just no, every time.
These struggles.
Yeah, our first world problems.
So true. All right, police report. We'll go to break. We have caller reports being on a vehicle stop in the employee parking lot at the casino with a white Cadillac, no plates, driving suspended ×6 on this one. I think the highest I've seen is like 19 or 23. Do you remember?
I feel like one should be like.
Well, remember we talked about
pushing
this,
their luck 6 times.
But the system and getting caught in it, and then you have your fines, and you can't get your license until you pay your fines, probably.
Yeah.
But you can't pay your fines until you probably work.
Yeah.
It seems like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
6 is, I've seen worse. We have a report in Brighton of coming home and the vehicle is missing. Last driven at 2200 the night before. Vehicle entered as stolen. Ottumwa PD made contact right away after entry, advising the vehicle had been towed by Ottumwa to their impound last evening, taken out of system. Mystery solved. Ish.
I wish I had like the wah sound effect on the board.
Do you have any sound effects?
There's like a laugh track. I think there's crickets. So if you ever tell a bad joke, I can just hit the crickets.
Hit the crickets? Okay, we'll keep this in mind. Even though I won't be able to hear it because I don't have...
That's true.
Maybe I need headphones.
I think there might be. If there's another headphone jack, you can get one.
Goals. We have a report of a daughter's phone being taken at school today, and the Life 360 app is showing it at an apartment complex. She would like to speak with an officer about her options. 102 responded. The phone was located and returned to the caller, which is great.
Yeah.
I did hit a few of these ditch issues. This is on the 18th, so at 1823, vehicle in the ditch in Kelowna. At 2119, Jeep in the ditch. This is also in Kelowna. On 2156, near Wellman, vehicle in the ditch there. And then finally, at Ainsworth, the 218 ramp, vehicle in the ditch. So this is when it first started happening. Four ditches.
That was Wednesday night?
That was the 18th.
The 18th? That's Wednesday. I don't remember weather.
Was the
weather bad?
Can't keep track.
Yeah.
We had, this was a bad deal. The semi that hit a pole by the country market. I don't know if anyone saw pictures, but just completely creamed the light pole, like the decorative light pole, like a $10,000 pole with a flatbed.
Yeah.
There was no scenario where it was going to make that turn. They could have easily continued north and found a wider intersection.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I think that it was like Alabama or Louisiana. The truck was from far away.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's like insurance, but
Yeah.
you're supposed to take tests.
I think it was
that stuff.
hubris.
Unfortunate. We had another vehicle in the ditch, a gray Buick. We, in Riverside, had another vehicle in the ditch. Ainsworth, a vehicle in the ditch. Ainsworth, vehicle in the median.
Oh my God.
Brighton, DOT truck at the west edge of Brighton. Well, they needed some traffic control to pull out a DOT truck, so we had snowplow in the ditch. We had a vehicle that parked on the wrong side of the road at Lincoln, and that are the highlights. Those are the highlights, rather, from the 19th. 2 more days. Let's see what's going on. We have a report in Ainsworth of a house being broken into and documents being taken. 92.8 spoke with the caller and was given their options. That's odd,
Yeah.
unless it was a known issue. We had this pit bull that eluded. Tan and color running around the neighborhood. City units responded along with the owner who was unable to catch the dog. The dog catcher also responded to assist. All units were unable to catch the dog. The owner called back to advise the dog had been caught. So elusive tan pit bull.
Yeah.
We had a barking dog. We had damage to trailers in Kelowna. I'm not sure what that was all about. And that's the highlights from that day. We have one more. This is the 22nd.
It was a pretty calm day, I'm pretty sure.
I would say so. Weather might impact the calm.
That is true.
And we could be keeping track of our like full moons, because sometimes things get a little weird.
That is
The lunar
true.
cycle.
I could add all the data in and compare it to the moon cycle.
Yeah, goals. We have a vehicle that drove through a fence system several days ago. This is in Riverside. Oh, not fence system, just fence several days ago. Caller reports a vehicle drove through their fence several days ago. Unknown who it belongs to. 9217 responded. Looks like they narrowed this down. And the caller would like to try and resolve this by exchanging documentation at this time. Oh, and I saw this similar. So we have someone on my Snap. It's on G36, has a property that is front-facing G36. Luckily, no trees, no striking of the house. But on the Snap, it shows it's like someone lost control, went into the ditch. Like you could see, like
you can see
it's just like
trail.
I mean, it was like a huge trail, like up, like through the thing. Luckily, a shallow ditch, and pulled back out onto the road. It was impressive.
Wow.
We have. I thought of you. Did you see that? I circled it.
I didn't read them. I just printed them off.
Caller reports her Volkswagen broke down in the median at the intersection. 9213 responded. I circled that one for you, my friend.
Almost me. Luckily, it started right back up.
We have a caller reporting a male subject loitering outside the church, saying he lost money and asking for money to buy coffee and cough syrup. 113 and 110 responded. Subject advised he was just trying to figure out if anyone had located his money clip with money in it. He was advised if it gets turned in, that the police would notify.
Coffee and cough syrup is quite the combination. I feel like it has opposite effects.
Yeah, one brings you up, one brings you down.
Yeah, so maybe that's what the kids are doing nowadays.
Robo-tripping?
Is that what it's actually?
I think the Robitussin is like a cough medicine. There was a thing in the early 2000s, and then I think they changed how they packaged the drug, but it's called robo-tripping.
Oh, well, I learned something new today. I've never robo-tripped before.
Yeah, I would not recommend, I don't think. Caller reports a female subject left in a black Mercedes with Carousel Motors paper plate. She was very aggressive with staff. Caller would like her trespass from the casino. 9220 responded and was advised to disregard by staff just prior to his arrival. So there's that. And then at Vine and 22, we had a disabled vehicle with a flat tire. So mostly car problems.
Yeah.
And that ties in.
Yeah, I guess it's on a theme. So maybe that's why it was just something was happening in cars were running amok.
I'm rooting for you with yours. Thank you for watching Washington Live. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the marathon runner, the pink iguana, and the good week 4, bad week 4 on this episode of Washington Live. We'll see you after the break.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hey Andrea, what did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosien, and I'm joined in the studio by our producer, Nick Steffens. Before we do the thing, I'm going to talk about the other thing, which is dinner tonight. Okay, so porchetta,
Which is?
I think it's an Italian pork roast, traditionally made with pork belly. What you see here is with a shoulder, pork butt, pork shoulder, and I've cut it, trimmed it, cross-hatched the skin, and seasoned. It's like a heavily herbed item. This is an ATK recipe, super pumped. It had fennel seed, rosemary, thyme, garlic, salt, pepper, and then on the fat cap, I put, it's like salt, pepper, and baking soda because I like the pH. So this is yesterday. It like marinates for 24 hours.
Oh my God.
So I've trussed it because it'll bake nice,
Yeah.
low and slow, and then you crank the oven to like 500 degrees and let the fat cap like turn like crispy. I've never made it before. This is kind of my test run because I'm planning on making it for our holiday party for work, and I thought I would just give it a test run.
I think I'm going to make frozen meatballs.
Yes.
Put them in some like 99-cent tomato sauce. Throw in some penne pasta, and that's gonna be my dinner.
Your dinner tonight. Well, dinner's at 6 if you want to try the Italian pork roast porchetta. So yeah, thank you for letting me share. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I'll take a picture.
Good.
I'll bring it. All right, so let's talk about pop culture things in lieu of a guest. We're hoping to get Clay Eaton and Megan and talk about eating good popcorn. You did the wrestling with Sean and Clay.
Yep.
So we've got an email sent to them. That's our hopeful next guest on Wednesday, but we will see. In the meantime, let's talk about things around the world. First, Gary McKee crossed his 360, this is thanks to the Week magazine that I love, 365 marathons. He crossed the finish line to a crowd and fireworks on December 31st. He ran a full marathon every single day of the year 2022.
Nice.
Northwest England resident, 26.2 miles every morning before going to work at the Sellafield nuclear site. He's a father of 3, and he raised over $1.2 million to be split between a cancer support center and a hospice care organization. Over the course of the year, McKee went through 20 pairs of running shoes and ran over 9,500 miles. Look at that
So
stud.
there he is with his. Apparently, he has his own IPA, Marathon Man IPA.
Well, I would say if you're doing a marathon every day for a year, you've earned there's some cred.
Yeah, and raised 1.2 million
million
pounds or whatever it was.
So there's some news for 2022. That wasn't all that bad.
Yeah.
Also in good news, this is the iguana situation in the Galapagos Islands. It was identified in 2009 as a rare species at risk of extinction, but a recent 10-month expedition by Ecuadorian and American researchers offers a glimmer of hope. The iguanas are still building nests. I didn't know they did nests. So it's like an egg thing?
I didn't.
That means that they come from an egg?
Maybe.
I feel dumb all of a sudden.
Should we
We can work on that.
entertain the guess? I'm going to go.
In the meantime, estimated 200 to 300 left in existence, including young hatchlings. That kind of answers part of the question. The native feral, the lizards are preyed on by non-native feral cats. And they reside only on Wolf Volcano, the highest peak in the island, and they're monitored by dozens of hidden cameras. This discovery gives first hope for saving this enigmatic species, says Galapagos Conservancy President Paul Salomon. Now their work to save the species begins. So now we know about the rare pink iguana.
It's kind of ugly.
Yeah, I'm not a huge... What is that movie? Journey to the Center of the Earth? There's an old movie
Yeah. I think that's right.
with iguana-like animals in it.
So I Googled it. Apparently, iguanas lay eggs even when they're not fertile. It's like chickens, where like you can get some that you could. They lay up to 20 to 70 eggs per year. Yeah.
So
So,
that
I mean, like
is-
you could just like get iguana eggs and make them for breakfast.
In between bi-weekly and weekly, 20 to 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but my thing is
That
like
is
you could eat iguana eggs.
Well, yeah, that's what I was
There's
thinking
no,
too.
like,
I don't know
embryo
that
in them.
I'd want to. But 20 to 70 is quite the range.
That
That's like
is. There's also a
300%
typo,
swing.
so maybe this isn't the best source.
The internet.
It's crittercontrol.com, so it sounds pretty. I trust it.
What is it?
It's crittercontrol.com.
Crittercontrol.com.
Yeah.
Well, one of our good week 4, bad week 4 does involve not trusting everything that you read on the internet. We'll hop to that. And it sounds like you didn't cheat. You don't know the birthday ages.
I do not.
All right, so we'll do the birthday game together again. If you have a birthday, let us know in the chat or email washialive@gmail.com. So, only in America. First, the University of Southern California's School of Social Work will no longer refer to the world beyond the classroom as the field. Have you heard this?
I've not heard this.
An email to staff and students explained that such terms as field work or going into the field may have connotations for descendants of slavery or immigrant workers that are not benign. The new preferred term at USC is practicum. That's what I thought.
I think that's just fixing a problem that isn't there.
I think that's why it says only in America as the highlight. Because, I mean, farming, the field, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's
A step too far?
Yeah, I think that's more, how do you say this? It's one of those things where now that they've pointed it out, now it's like, oh, why did you think that?
Well, and I don't mind being sensitive to political correctness. Some people are like, absolutely not. I typically try to meet people where they are. I compromise. I find myself in the middle. I don't mind making effort to be politically correct.
Yeah, same.
However, I have thoughts.
Yeah, I just think this is not exactly what we should be working towards.
All right, and we're not normally too political, but let's see what happens with our good week for bad week for. It'd be a good week to be on Hawaiian, anyway, who once again leads the national life expectancy rankings according to this most recent study. The average Hawaiian can expect to live 80.7 years, which is 8.8 years longer than the average person in Mississippi, which ranked last.
I have a few theories on that.
About the states? Are they hasty generalizations and stereotypes?
Well, not stereotypes. It would just be more the obesity rate in Mississippi is like 45%, whereas Hawaii, it's
lower.
A lot lower, like half that. So like recreation probably plays a big deal in that.
My thought would have been stress.
That's
believe stress and its related impact on your body can...
Yeah, I mean, if I was living in Hawaii, I'd be pretty calm.
True story. A good week for baby steps after elected Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who had promoted conspiracy theories such as the claim that the Jewish-owned space lasers caused wildfires, acknowledged recently that she may have gotten sucked into some things she'd seen on the internet. So good for her. Because I remember the space lasers, and that seems a stretch.
It's character development.
Perfect.
Hopefully my uncle comes to the same conclusion soon.
Does he watch the show?
No.
All right, let's not get in trouble with the family. Hi to mom and grandma, by the way. Ooh, my mom got a face tattoo recently.
A face tattoo? Like, is it like a teardrop? She killed someone?
No, I don't believe so. But it is fun to say, my mom can't work out today because she can't sweat because it'll impact her face tattoo.
What is it? What is it really?
So my sister, and I don't think this was a secret, it's definitely not now, but gave my mother the eyebrow, like the S, a tattooed eyebrow for herself and mom, and they did a lunch thing and they did some shopping and went to Salon Eden in Kelowna. And then in the way that we're all connected, Salon Eden happened to come to JP's for their holiday party.
Oh, perfect.
On Friday night. And they were not related bookings, but then it was like, my mom was just at your spa.
Yeah.
And apparently this Michaela tattoo artist does tattoos, but also has special training to do, I guess you could do eyeliner, you can do lips, it lasts for like 4 years, I guess.
Okay, well, I don't have eyebrows, so I might have to go look into that.
Go get them painted on?
Yeah.
Okay, back to it. We're very focused today. Good week for rebranding. This is from the U.S. State Department, which will start referring to that nation as Turkey. Professor Erdog Gochner of Duke University explained that the association of the country with the bird was a denigrating legacy of the colonial era.
So
I did not know that.
I was on Google Maps.
Instead of Turkey, it's Turkey?
Yeah, so I was on Google Maps the other day because I like looking at maps. And they changed it on there, and I thought sometimes it will, there'll be a bug, and it will display the name in their language.
Sure.
And so I was very confused why Turkey's name was not Turkey.
It's a U.S. State Department thing.
Yeah.
I believe there was other breaking news I heard on the radio this weekend. They have changed the font. Was this the Secretary of State or the Treasury? Was it? Regardless, it was a federal agency, and now the official font is not Times New Roman. It is Calibri.
I don't like Calibri though.
I prefer it over Times New Roman.
I'm not a biggest fan of Times New Roman.
I like Arial Narrow when I have menu items, but not for all letters. But I kind of like Arial Narrow.
I'm a Courier New.
Yeah, classy.
Yeah, because it's like it's what scripts are written in, so I just got used to writing in that.
And it's big.
Yeah, and it's big, and I like Times New Roman. So 12 point is so small, even though it's 12 point font. I feel like 12 point Courier New is bigger than 12 point Times New Roman.
Oh,
even
wow.
that doesn't make any sense. It's like what weighs more, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks? They're both a pound.
But there is a difference in the script. I mean, I think that
Yeah.
you would fill the page with Courier. 12-point Courier would fill more of a page than 12-point Times New Roman.
That's probably true. My friend Peyton is a graphic designer who knows typography. I can give him a call and see if there's truth behind all
Do
this.
you think anyone's still watching? Have we completely lost
7
them?
people are, surprisingly.
Hey, thank you for watching, as we are like
At least that I can see 7 people.
Well, it's just a nice little lazy start to the Monday. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. If you have any input, you can stick it in the chat. Let us know what you think. Don't mind interacting. Bad week for hitting the slopes this last week after ski resorts in several places along New England were left with no skiable snow by the weeks of warm temperatures and rain they experienced. It was so warm, in fact, the resorts couldn't make snow enough so that it would stick. And then finally, it was also a bad week for marketing after a TV debut of a show called Power Slap. I think I saw a vid of this.
Yeah, that was not good.
A new slap fighting contest devised by Ultimate Fighting Championship President Dana White was postponed after a video surfaced of White slapping his wife twice in Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed, said White. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I feel like more than embarrassed. Also, like, there's videos of the dudes getting slapped and, like, the thing where, like, the person's hands freeze up, which I forget what it's called. When they have, brain injuries.
Yes, I know
Like-
what that is. What is that called?
I can't think of. But, yeah. So, like, there was proof that these guys were sustaining terrible, terrible brain damage.
Yeah, that is no good. Spasticity,
Is that what the word spastic?
spastic,
Yeah.
fencing.
Fencing, that's what it's called.
Yep, it's called fencing. One other tidbit before we go to break, and then we'll close out with the birthday game. Of course, if you have a birthday, let us know. I thought this was interesting, especially since, so just watch The Godfather this weekend. That was the goal, the reward.
The original Godfather.
The original. After watching a show on Paramount called The Offer, which is the limited series about the making of The Godfather and how it, like, the mafia was involved in it and
Yeah.
gave the permission, and then the travels. Miles something is in this.
Miles Teller.
Yes. Well done show. The Offer on Paramount talking about The Godfather. Therefore, I went back and watched the original in two
Chunks, because it's a long movie.
in two chunks.
My favorite joke from the show Family Guy is when they're talking about The Godfather. They say, like, it insists upon itself, and I feel like that's just the, like, best review you can get for The Godfather.
It insists
it's a
upon
great
itself.
movie, but it insists upon itself.
Now I've learned something. I did
Yes.
not know that. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
That's good.
So Francis Ford, how do we say his last
I
name?
think it's Coppola.
Coppola. It's grandiose movie project Megalopolis.
I've heard about
Megalopolis apparently is in total chaos.
I've heard about this.
After a series of firings and resignations midway through filming, not great, The Hollywood Reporter reported this week. The director, who is 83 now, is self-financing this $120 million movie, partly by selling his popular California wine and hotel business. He fired most of the visual effects team for Megalopolis.
I'm pretty sure they quit. I think it was one of those things where it's like, we're getting out of here. It's like, nah, because I fired you first.
Oh, that's ridiculous. And the rest soon resigned, along with the production designer and supervising art director. The budget for the film, which features a host of prominent stars such as Adam Driver and Dustin Hoffman, continues to rise. Yeah, it's only going to get more expensive if you have to rehire everyone.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot about it, and it's just utter chaos. I know we're going to go to break soon, but do you want to,
What up?
when
Would
you
like?
said, when you couldn't remember Miles Teller's name, this is a list of actors that Jay doesn't know. This is that we discovered over the weekend, and this is a running list I'm adding to.
I would like. Oh, is this one of them? Miles Teller?
No, but since you couldn't remember his last name, it reminded me of Jade not knowing actors' names. She knows their faces, does not know their names. You ready for this? Sam Elliott, which
I can picture. I know
Yeah.
him. He's in. Yep, he's like a cowboy.
yeah. And then we're at dinner, and she goes, "Who's Alec Baldwin?"
Oh no.
And I was like, "Why?" She goes, "Well, he killed the guy." And I was like, "No, not
It was
exactly."
a girl, and
yeah,
it was
it's a
involuntary
girl.
manslaughter that he's being charged with for the misfiring
Maybe
of
she's
a
like,
prop gun.
he's in trouble or something. I was like, well, a little bit more than that. Sean Connery,
No.
didn't know who that was.
Have you seen The Rock, by the way?
I don't think I have.
Oh, that's a classic.
Didn't know who Heath Ledger was.
Unfortunate.
and didn't know who Harrison Ford was.
Our plane wrecker.
Yeah, because Air Force One popped up on Netflix, and I was like, oh, so something about Harrison Ford, and she's like, who's that? And I'm like, Indiana Jones. She's like, oh yeah, I've seen that. I was like, but you don't know who Harrison Ford is?
So for the record, I respect this because I think that Jade has her, like, she's filled up with some more important things.
That's what she said. She's like, why would
Isn't
I make
she getting
brain?
a master's in chemistry? Or
That's the plan eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe even get a PhD in chemistry. She's like, why would I need to know these people's names? I have more important things in my brain.
I got your back, Jade. Like, I see it.
But like when I'm talking about a movie, and she's like, and I say the actor's name because that's an easy way to distinguish the movie, just doesn't know.
Well, part of this could be related to careers. Since you are in digital media production, it kind of is more related to do this pop culture thing.
That's true.
Versus her field.
I guess. I'll let it slide.
It is fun. I do want to see that list continue to grow.
Yeah, I plan to keep it going.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, we're going to go to break. Thanks for watching, putting up with our shenanigans. When we come back from break, we'll close out with the birthday wishes. I have 7 on today's list. And the birthday game. We'll see you after the break.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to Washington Live as we close out this January 23rd episode with some birthday wishes and the birthday game. National Day.
National Handwriting Day. My handwriting is awful.
I don't know if I paid attention to yours or very much.
It's just, I connect letters when I shouldn't be connecting that. You know what I mean?
No, I like
Where
that.
it's like, it's that mixture of like cursive, but it's not.
I was about to say, like, my handwriting really reached that next level in college when fast note-taking was necessary.
That's true, yeah.
And it's a cross between cursive and print, and I personally like it a lot. I'm a big fan of mine, but it does break some rules, but it's great. It's like kind of artistic and sometimes, but even if I have a capital letter, it's still the size of a small letter, so it fits, like, it looks correct on paper because of the capital letters are big, non-capital are small, even if they're capital. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Well, the problem is my dad capitalizes everything.
So does mine.
And so is that just like a
you have to be 60?
I say, is that just a 6-year-old guy thing? But so that threw me off growing up. And I think my brother, it rubbed off on him. But sometimes I'll just capitalize a letter in the middle of a sentence that doesn't need to be capitalized.
If it flows. It depends on the letter that is before it.
I guess.
And like how it...
I think I just capitalize the nouns, like as if I don't know, maybe it's my German roots coming through and I just capitalize all my nouns.
Interesting. So National Handwriting Day today.
Yeah.
Also birthdays today for Tyler Reese, Amber Scott, Jason Mellinger, my stepbrother, and Kelby Wheeler. Happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to Matt Bryant, who had a birthday 2 days ago.
Did not know that. Feel like a bad employee.
That is a bad, wish him a happy birthday.
I will.
Also to Jonathan Ward and Shannon Murphy. Happy belated to you. We have 3 celebrity birthdays today. Let's Did we draw twice now? Have we yet?
Yeah, it's back-to-back draws.
All right, let's see what happens here.
This one's going to be bad, I know, for me.
Nick and Jaron.
First up, we have Mariska Hargitay.
Hargitay. I wouldn't know, but I just saw her interviewed on a show. Hey, I'm going to going to Chicago on Wednesday. The Wait, Don't Tell Me is a live taping on Thursdays, and it airs on Saturday. Of course, that's like a news show, news panel with comedians, and I've been once before and excited to go again. She was a guest on Wait, Don't Tell Me several weeks ago. And that's also kind of fun. It's a surprise. You don't know who the panelist will be.
Oh, that's nice.
And you don't know who the guest will be. They don't advertise that. You just go. And then find out. It's at the Studebaker Auditorium at the Fine Arts Center in downtown Chicago.
I feel like not knowing that'd be hard. I mean, like, I'm going to take time off, spend the money to go here and not know.
Well, I'm big. My fandom has changed. Paula Poundstone was a favorite. She's a comedian. But there's a few others that are now, I mean, there's good panelists.
Yeah.
All right, so Mariska, I'm stalling. Hargitay, would you like to go first?
Sure, 55.
I'll take let's see. She's been on for a hot minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 56. I'll take the up.
Are you going to
Am I
Google it?
Googling it? All right.
I really do not know.
By the way, we started late today. I have a standing 10 a.m. meeting on Mondays. So on Mondays, we'll start at 10:30. Wednesdays and Fridays will be the regular time if you're paying attention to when we went live. How old is Mariska Hargitay? She's 59. So I get a point.
Just
and you
barely.
Do not get the point.
Just barely. Okay, where's
we
this
have
next one?
Tiffany Tyson?
Thiessen? From Saved by the Bell.
Oh, yes. For some reason, I was also thinking 90210. But
I think she also is in that one as well. But for me, Saved by the Bell.
Of course. And I think I'm up first here.
Yep.
I will say, let's see, 43.
I guess I'll go higher at 46. Just to.
How old is Tiffany? I don't know if you spelled her name correctly. Looks like there's two S's. She is 49. What did I say?
43, and I said 46. So I get a point. We tied it up 1-1.
Gosh darn it.
Going into the last one. This one, not really a celebrity like the other ones that we have.
We need to zoom that in a little bit. This is Michael Stevens. Who is Michael Stevens?
Vsauce from YouTube. He's like a very popular YouTuber. Where he says like,
idea.
Hey Vsauce, Michael here, and then he has like these weird like abstract science videos. He's very, very popular. Yeah.
Well, fine.
I'm trying to appeal to our younger audience.
I have no clue.
I have no clue either.
Are you first on this one? You are welcome.
I think I'm first on this one. I'll say he's got a beard and receding hairline.
You have facial hair.
Yeah, and a receding hairline. 40.
Are you still taking your medicine?
I stopped because I just felt like it really wasn't working. I think it's better for like this back part, not the front part. So I've stopped.
Well, keep it long while you can.
Yeah. So I'm going to go 40.
You're going to go 40. Yeah. I will say 39.
So Michael Stevens or Vsauce.
How old is Michael Stevens? Let's see if we find the right one. He's 37.
So
I think you said 40.
I said 40. So we both get a point.
And we are tied again.
So we tied 2-2.
2-2. Hey, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
Thank you for watching Washington Live. We'll be back on Wednesday. We'll have a guest host on Friday. Our guest is to be determined. We'll find out.
So is the guest host. I'll get on that.
We'll see you on our next episode this Wednesday of Washington Live.